Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Popular photographer shot dead at St. Andrew home. Well-known photographer Dominic Davis, more popularly known as Doms, was shot dead at his home in Marvelly Avenue off Mullines Road in Kingston on Tuesday, July 5th. Reports are that the incident happened sometime after 1 p.m. and Doms was shot by unknown assailants. Another man was also shot and injured in the attack. Davis operated a photography business called Doms Media and has worked for several notable local celebrities including Crystal Tomlinson, Empress Golden, and Beanie Man. Investigations into the shooting are ongoing. Correction and clarification. A story published in the Jamaica Observer's Flash magazine on Friday, July 1, 2022, relating to dancehall DJ Alkaline's new rule show carried a quote from Alkaline. The quote was sent to the Jamaica Observer in response to questions sent by reporters to a public relations practitioner who had told the newspaper that he was working with the promoters of the show. The Jamaica Observer has since learned from Alkaline's handlers that the quote was fabricated by the public relations practitioner, as neither the artist nor anyone in his camp spoke to the public relations practitioner. The Jamaica Observer regret publishing the quote and apologized to Alkaline and his management team. Policeman whose child died in Lockhart will be charged, Commissioner says. Commissioner of Police Major General Anthony Anderson has expressed that as per the ruling of the Director of Public Prosecutions DPP, charges should be laid against the St. Elizabeth Police Sergeant whose 12-month-old daughter died after being locked in his car. The recommendation was that he is to be charged, so he will be, Anderson said at a digital press conference on Tuesday. The case file was sent to the DPP for a ruling on the tragic incident back in May. The policeman, Detective Sergeant Sheldon Dumpson, a detective sergeant assigned to Black River Police Station, was supposed to have taken the infant to daycare but forgot, leaving her in the parked vehicle for hours while he worked elsewhere. The infant was rushed to hospital but succumbed 2 days later. Westmoreland wanted man charged with murder. A man who was on the police wanted list and surrendered himself to lawmen on Sunday has been charged with murder. Theodore Reed, popularly known as Pecos, was featured on the Police Wanted Wednesday campaign on July 1. Reed, who hails from Anchor District in Whitton in the parish, surrendered to the police accompanied by his attorney on July 3rd. He was subsequently charged with the murder of 23-year-old Deron Gale. According to a report from the Constable's Communications Unit, Gale, a window maker from the parish, was shot dead by an unknown assailant on the Whitton Main Road on Friday, June 24. Reports from the Whitton police are that about 9:20 p.m., Gale was among a group of people at a wake when he was pounced upon by a lone gunman who opened fire hitting him. The police were alerted. Gale was taken to hospital where he was pronounced dead. The other people escaped unhurt. DPP urges prosecutors to be tough but show empathy. Director of Public Prosecutions DPP Paula Llewellyn has urged prosecutors across the Caribbean region to be relentless while also being understanding as officers of the court. Speaking during a symposium on prison reform hosted by Improve Access Impact to Justice in the Caribbean at the St. Kitts Marathon Resort on Tuesday, Llewellyn said a prosecutor ought to be able to balance both. You cannot wield great powers without understanding the humanity of the very person that you're going to be seeking to get a conviction for. That has been my style and I am a tough prosecutor, Llewellyn said during her presentation on the topic, A Prosecutor's Perspective of the Prison System. I go for the jugular, but I'm the first person to advise defense counsel after the conviction if they have thought about getting character evidence of anything like that. Llewellyn, against the backdrop of the recent ruling to seek the death penalty against Rashane Barnett, the man accused of killing a mother and her 4 children in Clarendon 2 weeks ago, told reporters that each case has to follow its specific facts. What I'm talking about is your general policy that you should have. It doesn't mean that if you at the end of the day he is convicted, I may not argue to give him life and parole not before 40 years. It's a process. Woman charged after fatalist stabbing jealous lover. The St. James police have charged 19-year-old Nicolette McFarlane with the stabbing death of her lover, 28-year-old O'Brien Taylor, following a physical altercation inside the Montego Bay Transport Center on June 30. Reports from the St. James police are that Taylor was standing inside the Montego Bay Transport Center at approximately 7:30 p.m. when he saw his female partner with a male companion. Taylor reportedly became jealous, and an argument is said to have occurred between him and the woman, who is from a Mount Betty address in Hanover. It is said that she then pulled a small brown-handled knife from her handbag, which she allegedly used to stab Taylor to the left side of his chest. A well-placed source told reporters that Taylor then ran to Barnett Street Police Station, where he collapsed on the compound. The man was assisted by officers to the Conroe Regional Hospital, where he was being treated. He later succumbed to his injuries and was pronounced dead by doctors at 9:28 p.m., just 2 hours after the stabbing incident. The accused female later went to the Barnett Street Police Station, where she handed over the knife and was subsequently arrested, the police told reporters then. Chuck urges developers to avoid urban sprawl. Justice Minister Delroy Chuck has called on developers to scout all properties in areas around towns and cities that are in need of renewal and enter into joint venture agreements with owners in order to avoid complaints of gentrification. He pointed to the ongoing situation of chaotic and ransack housing developments across the island, which has put some quiet communities under severe pressure from unwelcome, invasive developments. High-rise multifamily buildings are being constructed next door to single-family units, thereby changing the character of the neighborhood and intruding on the privacy of residents. More significantly, the restrictive covenants, which these residents enjoy and are beneficially entitled, are being breached with a very little regard for the well-being of the community. Citizens associations have joined together to fight back against this development, as many residents want to secure the privacy and comfort of their homes, Chuck outlined at a Jamaica Developers Association real estate meeting last week. He argued that it is not right that residents who are beneficiaries of a restrictive covenant are being forced to protect their property rights when they should have been consulted before development approval is granted. I acknowledge that there will be obstinate and reluctant residents to any new development, but in a fair number of residents are in favor, then, in appropriate cases, the court can make a decision, Chuck said, strongly urging that an opposite protocol be developed and followed to ensure that property owners use appropriate means to secure the support of residents in communities for any proposed development. It may be that the owner or developer consult with the adjoining owners and others in the community and provide an affidavit or non-objective letters to the Municipal Corporation, NEPA, National Environment and Planning Agency, and other government agencies before a development is approved, he suggested, stressing that developers should respect the character of the neighborhoods and the privacy and restrictive covenants within communities. Furthermore, he argued that municipal corporations should bond developers or have them provide guaranteed commitments to repair and restore roads that are usually damaged around every development. Residents in new development deserve properly asphalt roads to access their homes. It is a crying shame to witness how developers or their contractors destroy roads and completely ignore repeated requests to have them repaired. Developers, you are part of a noble vocation to contribute to build Jamaica in an attractive and sustainable path and to contribute to urban renewal, the Justice Minister insisted. Meanwhile, Ronald Scott, chairman, GA Group of Companies, and board of the association recommended that, with the shortage of building instructors at the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation, design engineers on development projects should be mandated to certify all stages of the development before completion. If our engineers are required to ensure the structural integrity of their designs, along with the supervisory oversight of that work, why can't they certify the stages of construction as the building progresses? He questioned, adding that an appropriate form or electronic reporting method should be created to log that building is compliant with the appropriate drawing. He noted similar policy in other Commonwealth jurisdictions such as Australia. It is like foundation that needs to be correctly done could be recorded before they are covered up. There is some lack of efficient control, and that control could be transferred to the engineers. I believe that the level of employment would rise, so an increase in development would satisfy and create a more stable economy, he told the meeting. City engineer of the KSAMC, Xavier Chevenez, noted that the regulator of the 2018 Building Act addresses the issue, but those provisions are still waiting to come into effect. In the meantime, he said that for megastructures, in instances where inspectors are unable to carry out inspections as structural engineers' report is requested. Just last month, the government granted local developer Stratosphere Development full approval for the construction of what is being thought out as the tallest building of the island, the Ascent at Oxford, to be located at 1B Oxford Road in St. Andrew. The unprecedented development, set for completion by 2024, is to house a hotel and residential and commercial units. 61 new COVID-19 cases in Jamaica, 1 death reported. The Ministry of Health and Wellness reported 61 new COVID-19 cases and 1 death on Monday, July 4, bringing the infection total to 143,408 and total deaths to 3,145. The new cases comprise 34 females and 27 males, with ages ranging from 1 year to 89 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 21, St. James 16, Westmoreland 9, St. Anne 7, St. Catherine 4, St. Thomas 3, and Trelawney 1. The deceased is a 55-year-old male from Kingston and St. Andrew, previously under investigation. There were 77 recoveries in the last 24 hours, bringing the total to 91,284. Currently, 99 people are hospitalized, 16 of whom are moderately ill, 3 severely ill, and 3 critically ill. Jamaica's positivity rate for the latest round of testing is 14.1%. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.